What's going on, Canada? It's day 2 at the World Cup. Just wrapping up here. No games in Moscow tonight, but I am lucky enough to go to Argentina and Iceland tomorrow to see if Lionel Messi can even approach what Cristiano Ronaldo did tonight for Portugal. But let's get through the games. I'm going to go one by one. Wrap up today by giving you a few thoughts on each match. Uruguay, Egypt. A bit surprised that Mo Salah didn't play, given what their coach had spoken about before the game. But then again, I'm not, because 3 weeks for that shoulder injury, he probably needed another week. They want to save him for crucial games against Russia and Saudi Arabia. Egypt knows if they win those games, they're through to the next round. Luis Suarez in this match, terrible. Probably should be in the lead for the Golden Boot right now. Squanders a few sitters, has another one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and can't finish that. Luis Suarez haters absolutely loved today. And then the funniest part of his performance was in the 95th minute when he takes a dive, goes down holding his foot, then grabs his head for some reason, then grabs his foot again, and very strange given that Uruguay's head coach the day before had talked about how mature Suarez had been, how he was a changed man, how he had had a come-to-Jesus moment and wasn't going to be play-acting as much anymore and causing problems at World Cups. Nothing has changed with Luis Suarez, but a good result for Uruguay. I actually thought Suarez's bad performance, overshadowed Edinson Cavani, who was very good for Uruguay, and in my opinion, probably their most important player right now. Moving on, Morocco, Iran. Almost everybody thought this would be a terrible match. But when you have two teams playing each other that know they need to win this game, they're in Portugal and Spain's group, so Morocco and Iran knew they had to win this match to have a chance to go through. It actually made for a really exciting match. It was back and forth. Scary moment, though, when Nordin Amrabat went down for Morocco. I thought he was one of the best players in the game before this, but he goes down and looked to be unconscious for a little bit. And then even more strange is when the trainers came over to help him, he actually got smacked in the face a few times to try and wake him up. They sprayed water on him. Take a look at that video if you haven't seen it. I think there's probably going to be some backlash for how the Moroccan player was treated upon suffering some head trauma. Disappointed for Morocco. I thought they were the team that could give Portugal trouble in this group to get to the round of 16. I can't see Iran, despite winning 1-0 today, getting through this group. So disappointed because I thought Morocco, the Atlas Lions, were the best African side in this tournament. And finally, Spain-Portugal. 2 talking points. First, of course, Ronaldo. He was special. But maybe the bigger one for me after that is how bad Spain's defense was today, from the goalkeeper to the defenders in front of him. You look at the goals. Nacho needlessly brings down Ronaldo for the game opener from the penalty spot. Terrible defending. David De Gea, the goalkeeper, lets an absolute howler in. He has to stop that. That has to incline Spain's bench to potentially look at a goalkeeper swap, because David De Gea wasn't good in friendlies coming into this tournament. And then finally, Spain leading 3-2. Looks like they're going to see this thing out and collect 3 points. And Gerard Piqué, for some reason, decides it's a good idea to bring down one of the best free kick takers in the world 20 meters from goal. And here's why I thought it was even more brutal, was because if you look at that play, he has a second and third defender there. Ronaldo is going the opposite way of the goal. He's not in a scoring position. He's not a threat to score. And Piqué kind of dives in a little bit, gets a little bit over-aggressive, and chops down one of the best players in the world. It was needless. And Portugal was only going to equalize in that game from a dead ball, from a restart, from a special Ronaldo moment. They had very little from the run of play in terms of scoring opportunities. So Spain's defense really gives that match away. But Ronaldo, credit to him. A lot of people thought this might be the tournament where he starts to slow down. He starts to show his age. He's 33. Takes good care of himself, but he's still 33. But what you saw in his eyes tonight was just a focus that, you know, the elite players have. And I thought it was interesting because, you know, a few months ago it was Messi scoring a hat trick to get Argentina into the World Cup, and now it's Ronaldo scoring a hat trick to get Portugal a huge result in this World Cup. It's as if these guys are just kind of trading I'm the best player in the world. I'm the best player in the world. It's never going to be solved, but what we saw tonight was Cristiano Ronaldo saying he's nowhere close to finish, and he's hell-bent on getting Portugal to a semifinal at this tournament. From the World Cup, I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. I'm Kurt Larson.